Alachua County has a Truth and Reconciliation program, and the first part is truth, is knowing the truth, acknowledging the truth, talking about it, having those difficult conversations so that we can get to this reconciliation piece and get to healing where lynchings occurred. We're going to be collecting soil from the sites.
Well, as part of this Truth and Reconciliation soil collection project, my job was to dig the soil. And I feel very honored to have been chosen to do that, collecting soil from just some of the almost 4 dozen lynching victims that we know of in Alachua County.
The soil will be placed in jars, and the jars will be placed on display in Montgomery at the Legacy Museum, and another jar, a duplicate jar, will be on display here in Gainesville, Florida.
We're now actually memorializing those individuals who were lynched in Alachua County, and it really touched my heart.
As we see the rain and we feel the chill, imagine that God is crying. He's weeping as a result of people coming together and saying that we will reconcile, we will come together, and we will heal. We honor, commemorate those whose lives were taken by lynching. May they rejoice in the presence of the risen Lord even now.
After my great-grandfather was killed, she was left to be a single parent of 4 children after he was killed that night in front of my great-grandmother.
We're just glad to be here to commemorate this, and I hope that we all stick together as family and to carry this project on.
A lot of lynching victims never got a proper burial, and so this is a gesture to memorialize these victims. We believe that in the soil is the sweat of enslaved people who toiled on this land for centuries and the blood of people who were lynched. And so by collecting the soil and displaying it, we're actually making this part of our public memory.
Racial injustice and racial terrorism has been a huge part of our history that we'd rather forget, or many people would rather forget. And today was about not forgetting, it was about atonement.
Government had a large role to play in the issues that we need to bring forward. And it is part of the truth of Alachua County. So I think that our participation in the project is crucial.
It's the first time that we've done it. We've talked about those victims, we've talked about those murders, but we've never acknowledged them. We've never regathered to commemorate those victims and their families, and we've never come together to say we're sorry.
We are actually acknowledging that something wrong happened. We can't right what happened, we can't bring the lives back, but we're hoping that the community will feel a sense of togetherness after this.
We've now got people talking about the lynchings, educating people about the lynching, and it's bringing the community together.
It's about acknowledging all of our warts, all of our scabs, all of our wounds, so that we can heal together moving forward.
It's powerful. It's extremely powerful, and for this to be community-led, says a lot about the people.
Folks actually came out with their umbrellas and stood in the rain for the ceremony. That touched my heart deeply, because that tells that people are very interested in this process and healing as a community.
People who were responsible for it then are basically all dead and gone, but hopefully the new generation will understand and learn from it. That's not who we are. We are a better people. And we need to leave an example of doing the right thing.
That's what today is about. It's about that first step in really recognizing and reckoning with our past. And we'll continue to move forward, but it's going to take our whole community. So we hope that folks will get involved.
Seeing the amount of people that are here and speaking to people one-on-one, it shows me that this is an important thing for us to do as a community.
We feel like we can't do anything about what has happened, but we want something. And this can help us have that something.
Without the truth telling, you don't get to the reconciliation, and without continued commitment to telling the truth, even if we get to a place of reconciliation, we won't be able to maintain it.
Let's say it out loud. Let's do it. Let's teach it. To be here now is progress. We have a long way to go, but the fact that we realize that is great. So I'm proud of this community.
I'm delighted to see this, but I know that the work is still ahead and that we've got to keep persevering. I wanted to make sure that children like this, like my granddaughter, that I've adopted and has adopted me, will never have to suffer the same kinds of issues that their great-great-grandmothers did.